Hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone. Do let me know if you can hear me. Obviously, if you can't, just do let me know because it is useful to know. But I hope everyone is doing well today. It's a good day. Let me grab the chat and then I will be right with you. Let's see. Okay. Hey. All right. Let we want. Right. Let's see. I can't hear any sound. So, okay, cool. There we go. I might just update this. Give me a second, because I'm going to swap this over to something a bit more chill vibes. Let's see. Let's see here. We'll try this one. Then we'll do this one. And then I believe this one. Let me know if you can hear that. I'll turn it down though. I might genuinely cry every time I stream, every single time without fail. I just really don't understand what it is that they don't like. But, it is what it is. It happens. So I'm not going to try be too upset because I get it. I am also thinking about changing my internet provider, so there is that too. But yeah, it is one of those months. Right. How's everyone doing? Have you played the demo? How's everyone finding it? Give me the vibes. What's the deal? Because I would love to know what you guys think. Every single time. Honestly, it's just like just a normal thing at this point. But we'll just do that. Honestly, it honestly is. But you know what you're gonna do. Not my round yet. I have been busy, but hoping to get to do it on the weekend. I've heard enough from people already. I'm looking forward to a session on Saturday with the demo. It should be a lot of fun. Yeah, I am really excited for you. Yeah, it's going to be great. Right. So today we will be going over the demo. I will be creating a character. I will be playing the demo out and answering any questions that you might have for the game as well, just because it's a good chance to pick my brain for stuff like that. So let me grab some bits and bobs. There we go. And then do that. Okay. Okay. Right. Cool. Get out of that. Get out of all this. Might also be that, but that's fine. Get out of this. Get out of this. That. Sorry, closing tab I have so many tabs open, and it's probably part of what is causing problems. So I'm just going to close everything I don't need. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Right, I do need the actual demo itself, so I'll grab that. PDFs. We'll do this one. So many. Honestly, it never ends. Let's see. Troubling showing. We want the first steps. I'll let that open on its own. Close that, close that, close that. Right. Okay, that's that. That's that closed. Gosh, my internet really does not like me trying to open a file. God, I'm trying to download off my drive. I'm not having a good time. Right, let me close that out of that. And then we'll just start it again. Loads of tabs, a lot of tabs. It's not great. Right, so let's see first steps. Right, we'll let that open up in Acrobat, and then I will be able to jump into that as well. If it wants to load, that is. Let's see, what's going on with my drive? Is that the issue? I see. That makes sense. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can switch over. Okay, here we go. So we'll just turn off scrolling, 2-page view, show cover page, fit to height, no, fit to width. Oh, did it export with the bleed? It did. That's annoying. I mean, it's fine. It's not really, I'll just do 1 page at a time. I think that might help. Single page view, do it to height. Okay, right, apologies. Okay, so let's do the demo. I will grab a character sheet as well. Okay, so we'll make a fresh character today. I think that'll be fun. We'll pop you guys just over there. So let's start with the introduction. So, Legends of Akeroth is a blend of 3 traditions: tabletop RPGs, classic JRPGs, and the quiet, reflective rhythm of solo play. If you've never played any of them, don't worry, this game teaches you as you go. At its heart, it is a role-playing game. You take on the role of a traveler in the world of Akeroth, making choices, facing challenges, and watching the story unfold. You shape what happens next. The rules don't control the story, they keep it moving and give decisions weight. It is also a JRPG-inspired adventure, built on the spirit of the SNES era. Clear goals, turn-based choices, heartfelt character moments, a world filled with shrines, villages, forests, and mysteries waiting at the edges of the map. Every decision feels like a small step on a bigger journey. You will manage health points and spirit points, choose attacks and spells, and feel that familiar rhythm of exploration, encounter, rest, discovery. And finally, it can also be a solo RPG, designed so you can play entirely on your own. There is no herald or GM needed. Instead, the game gives you prompts, events, and clear outcomes that guide the narrative. You roll to see what happens next each day, and make checks to see whether or not you succeed or fail. The journal with the results as the story goes. You'll travel day by day, rolling dice for morning, noon, and night, fight in simple turns, choosing attack, magic, item, skill, or flee, manage resources, tracking HP, SP, and a resource clock, facing clear consequences with no difficulty, hidden difficulties, or guesswork, tell your story by adding a few lines after each scene of what happened. Legends of Akeroth is not about winning or losing. It is about what your choices turn you into, what you learn, what you risk, and what kind of traveler you become. Every story, bright or bleak, becomes part of the same legend. Your legend. Cool. Okay. So this is the solo demo. It is designed to get you to grips with the game in an easy to understand way. So I'll go over the basic rules quickly as well. So normally in a standard TTRPG, if you've ever played one, you have players and a herald. And in this game, you can do it with both, or you can do it on your own. But here you'll follow a structured path. Your basic idea is a herald will prompt you with what happens. You then say what you do. They then ask you to roll. And yeah, it's going to be a way to go through that. If this is your first time playing Legends or any TTRPG, I highly recommend you try this demo out before you get into the main game. It is going to really get you to grips with the system. You don't need any prior experience. You can just jump in and understand it. You'll need 6 or more 6-sided dice, 1 d4, d6, d8, d10, d12, and d20 for damage, a blank character sheet, which we've got, and then somewhere you can take notes, but we've got the sheet, so we can do that there too. Yeah, so we'll start with the attributes. You have 6 attributes. You have your body, your gods, your mind, your shadow, your soul, and your world. A lot of people ask me, why are you doing that? Why is it not strength? I don't know, charisma, all of that, right? Yeah, that was really boring, but also I had a great group I was playing with internally, and they came up with the idea of making them, what's the word, like, not metaphysical, but basically that it was meant to be, these are not defined as parts of you, they all make up who you are. So like your body isn't just your strength, for example, it can also be your willpower or your resilience, depending on what the narrative asks for. They're so adaptable because of what they mean that they can really be whatever you need them to be. So yeah, what is good though is we've essentially coined these terms now. So now if any other game has these, people go, oh wait, but that's Drakonym, you know, or Legends, which is really nice. It gives some uniqueness to the system as well, which I'm very happy about. Anyway, so when you make a check, you'll be asked to roll 2 of these attributes. You will have body, god, mind, shadow, and soul. Body, god, mind, shadow, soul, and world, and then you will use 2 of those to make a check. For example, you have body 3 and world 2, and I say, roll me a body plus world check. You add those numbers together, roll that many d6s. Really easy, really simple to get into. With this though, this game functions a bit differently because it needed to work as a solo system. It does have layered, what's it called? Degrees of success. You have failure, mixed, full success. Classic PBTA style, but in the way that this works in this game is it's just a certain number of successes will differ your success. So with 0 successes, that's a failure. With 1 to 3, that's a mixed. And with 4+, that is a full success. So yeah, then there's an example there as well of a dice roll. So we'll just, we'll do this actually, so you guys can see it too. Then I can just move you to the left and right as and when. So I'll pop you there, see if I can do this. Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay, so attacks and damage. When you roll an attack, you don't roll any d6s. Oh, you don't make a check, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Instead, you roll a single die, a single roll that then determines if it hits or misses. You'll roll the weapons damage dice. I recommend 1 at a time, purely because some people get a bit confused with it. You can just roll them all at the same time, but you know, it is up to you how you want to function, which is the die that you roll first. Some people say leftmost die, some people say, oh, it's just roll the first one first and then roll the rest, but then you're not, it doesn't change the outcome, right? But yeah, so a result of 1 is a miss. The max result is a crit. After you determine damage, you subtract defense, and then you attack HP directly. There are weapon triangles. There is a weapon triangle that you need to consider as well. And then ranged attacks and spells, ignore the weapon triangle. You then have Boon and Bane. Boon steps up a single 4 to a 5. A Bane turns a single 5 into a 4. Dual attacks and spells have Bane and Boon work a bit differently. If you have Boon on an attack, it steps up by 1. If you have Bane, it steps down by 1 die, from D4 all the way up to D20, D20 all the way down to D4. There's a little handy chart here as well, so you know which it steps up by 1 by 1. So, a note to remember, you will find the book chock full of these little quest markers, essentially. They are designed to help you. They are FAQ questions that I got during the playtest. They are questions that I got from my internal team. They have been written to make it so if you are flipping through the book and you have a question about a certain part of the book, there is a little quest marker there to help you. There are notes to remember, there's FAQs, there are answers to pretty much everything throughout the book. So you might have questions and they come up for sure, but most of the time, an answer will be inside the book in some way. It's to prevent that thing of, I don't know how this works, you know? So yeah. So you have different stats. You have health, spirit, defense, speed, weapon damage dice, and class damage dice. You then also have your equipment, which is a primary weapon, secondary, a set of armor, and 2 accessories. That's all you can have. Everything else goes into your bag. Right. So we have to begin our adventure. Right, let me grab some other music quickly. Give me a second. Let's try this one. No, that's a bit too high excitement for me. Okay, let's try. We'll try this one. I think it'll be too. Just trying to find one that is like more chill. Let's try this one. I'm just going to turn it up for a second and then turn it back down. We'll try this one. Yeah, I'll do this one. Okay. Okay, so the sunlight drifts through those tall branches above you. The campfire crackles softly beside a bedroll, and the smell of tea hangs in the air. You wake in a forest clearing, not confused or injured, but with the familiar heaviness of someone who has been traveling for some time. You remember the road you took, the night you rested, and the promise you made to set out at dawn again. Birds chatter nearby. A small stream runs along the edge of the clearing. Your pack rests against a tree, and your gear is neatly arranged beside it. You feel ready for the day, even if the path ahead is unknown. This place is calm. You take a breath and begin your morning routine. Throughout the book, you'll find little sort of box text like this to help you envision the world a bit more. You rise from your bedroll and stretch your arms, feeling the familiar morning stiffness beginning to fade. Your pack contains simple supplies, and beside it, a small cloth with which you wash and prepare for travel. The nearby animals begin to wake up with you, and they drink at a nearby stream. You kneel beside the stream and splash your face with water. As the ripples settle, your reflection comes into view. What do we see? So, I can do this one of 2 ways. We can either roll for it, or you guys can decide. And we can make this a group built character. I'm absolutely fine with that. if you let me know what you want. I'm telling you. What? No, okay. Sorry, my dog. Right. I'm getting roll for it, whatever's easier. All right, that is helpful. Let me load into this and see if it works. Okay, rolling for it might be the vibe. Okay. A second. I'll let other people drop their answers as well. Okay, right, probably save time. Just, all right, I'll roll for it then. Sounds good to me. Let me move this a bit so that we've got a full view. A bit too. We'll do this one. Okay. Can you all see that? Right. Oh, that was weird. Don't get too attached to this. We haven't decided if this is the way we want to go. So we'll do D4. What we'll say is a Crokin is a 1, Drakari is a 2, Elf is a 3, and Warren is 4. So we'll roll a D4, and then we'll see what we get. 1. That means we are building a Crokin. Hell yeah. Right. I will move this over. We'll work here. No, that's a kin. Okay. Right. It's not out on alchemy. Please do not assume anything that I'm showing you is final. I am literally it is used as a dice roller. I would usually use Google, but it just is easier for me to playtest inside a tool like this. This is just me showing off the dice. This is not in any way confirmation that alchemy is coming. I literally built this 2 minutes before the stream started. The background is literally just artwork. Please, just don't assume anything. Right, cool. So we have a Crokin. Their speed is 5. Their core perk is Amphibious Path. So we'll drop their kin perk in here. Amphibious Path. Let's see. And water. Water and move normally on wet surfaces. Cool. Speed of 5. Okay. Easy. So. I can't hear the music. Can you guys hear the music? Oh, there we go. Seems to be working now. Turn that down a bit. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So, after gathering your things and preparing for the day, you move deeper through the trees. Sunlight flickers between the leaves as you follow the narrow path lined with soft grass and stones. Soon you reach a clearing marked by weathered stone pillars. It opens into a wide circle of ancient stone. 6 chests sit upon the raised platform, arranged in a neat arc. Each chest is sealed with a metal lock marked by a carved symbol. A key lies on the ground just before the platform, as if placed there for the next traveller who arrives. The air here feels still. You sense this place holds something meant to prepare or guide those who pass through. You kneel down to pick up the key. It is cold and weighty. Teddy, stop it. Right. So we have 6 chests. We have the leaf, the sun, the crystal, the mask, and the stone, and the blade. I will roll a d6 for this, and then we will decide what we get. So let's roll a d6. 6. So we have got the blade, which means we are building a blade mark, a warrior. Very nice. Other things I need to do is note my class dice, which is X d4. X is my primary, and I get 10d10 starting graphics. So we'll do 10d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. 51. Cool. Cool. 51. Warrior. Level 1. And then let's build our warrior. So we have... let's see if it's easier for me to pop it out like this. Do it this way. Close that off. Yeah, it'll be easier for me, but I can swap over once I'm done with this. Right, so warrior, here we go. Okay, so I have a primary, which is body, and I have, we'll mark that as my primary, 3 body, 2 gods, 1 mind, 1 shadow, 1 soul, 2 world. I start with a HP of 20. My max HP is also 20. My starting defense is 14. My max defense is also 14. I have a starting SP. Oh, I'll move you guys just in the middle there, I think, actually. I have a starting spirit of 5. I have a max spirit of 5. We'll say XP is at 0. I don't have any hero points to start with or anything. Right, cool. Proficiencies. I have light, medium, and heavy. Class dice is 1d3. No, wait, 3d4. And I have these perks. So we'll start with these 2. Because I can pop them in there. Until starting next turn. Your limit break. Cool. Yeah. Nice. Enemies roll body plus soul or suffer. Yeah. Nice. I have Unyielding Strike and Warden's Vigil. So we'll just pop them into there. Right, so we'll just delete that. Delete these. Okay. Nice. These attack signal counters, blah, blah, blah. Very cool. Right, which also means we can add this in, which will be good. We'll just do... I don't know how to do the... Can I copy that? Yes, I can, which means I should be able to add that in. Nice. Blade. One-handed. R1. And then we got that. Let's just get rid of that. Copy that over. Put that there. Copy that and then put it there. And then that, I don't have a secondary. So we'll get that. And then it also means I get a D8 because it's a versatile weapon. And then armor, I have a plate, which is heavy. And I have 9 defense. 9 defense. Off of that. And then I have accessory 1, which is my tall shield. It's a shield and it gives me +5 defense. Cool. Okay. Oh gosh, I've ruined it now. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just build that there. Right. Cool. So that's that done. I've built that. I've got any hero points. So we need a name. We need a name. So Crokin Warrior. We got Kero, but I don't want to do that one because that's already one of the characters in there. I'm just trying to think now. Crokin names. I called one Glimmer. That was fun. Trogdor. I like Trogdor. I'll let you know what. Drop your name suggestions in the chat. I like Trogdor. I might look up some names, see if there's anything that we can come up with. Calvin. Oh, Calvin's good as well. I like Calvin. Yeah, you know what? You guys list some names. We'll do up to 6, and we'll roll a d6. Easy, right? Yeah. So 4 more names, and then I'll roll a d6 to determine what the name is. You can only give 1 name each, by the way. So first 6 are the ones I will consider. Let's see what you guys say. I like Trogdor. I like Calvin. Anwin. Nice. I'm just thinking which of these names would be good with, like, the Great afterwards. So Calvin the Great, Trogdor the Great, Sanrin the Great. You know, that's just funny to me. Tadwick. Oh, I like Tadwick. I do like Tadwick. Like Tadpole. Yeah, that's a vibe. Toadwick. Tadwick. I like Tadwick. Yeah. 2 more. Just do that as well. Let it out. Adwick. I'm blanking. Oh, I like blanking. Take blanking. It's a name. All right, 1 more. Well, I'll say 1 more. Because blanking is just hilarious. One more name. Come on, someone. Yeah, Blanken. Yeah, I'll take Blanken. Right. Jackaron. All right, we'll take Jackaron. You might Jakeron. You might not be able to see. That is what Kero is. What the frog mascot is named. So this little dude. If I can find him. So you can find a picture of him. Nope. No, it's character art. That's Kero. That's his name. So we can't use that, sadly. Because this is his name. It's Kero. Right. 1 more. 1 more. Oh no, we got one. We got one, yeah. So Jackaron. Yeah, Jackaron. Sorry. Okay, Jackaron. Yeah, so you guys might not be able to see YouTube comments here. I haven't figured out a way to do that. But let's do... So the names we have are Trogdor, Calvin, Sanrin, Tadwick, Blanken, and Jackaron. So let me roll a d6, and then we'll see what name we get. And just for fun, we'll do it again. This means His name is Calvin. Because we rolled 2 2s. Because I was going to roll for first name and surname. So his name is officially Calvin, the son of Calvin the First. Calvin, son of Calvin. That to me is very funny. So we will leave that as his name. It is Calvin. Okay, so let's go back to the demo. Yeah, so we've done this now, which means that we can move to the next part. So, as you lift the lid of your chosen chest, a faint glow rustles across the edge of the key still in your hand. The metal warms and cracks, tiny flakes drift away like silver dust caught in sunlight. Within moments, the key collapses into a pile of glittering fragments that vanish into the next breeze. But a low hum rolls across the platform. You turn towards the remaining chest just in time to see their locks tighten and twist. The metal warps inwards as if pulled by invisible hands. Whatever power shaped this place has accepted your choice, closing the rest forever. Nice. Brings us to the next one. As you prepare to leave the stone platform, you notice something you did not see before. At the far edge of the stone circle, half hidden by moss and curling roots, rests a 7th chest. Unlike the others, its lock is open. No keyhole, no mechanism. Nothing seems to be untoward about it, but there are footprints that seem to be going away from it, quite frantically it seems. So, we are going to be doing the first check, which means I can use this and add the player. Just give me a second. Let alchemy catch up. Correct. Not. Just gotta find my my thing. Okay. So we'll create a new character. So we had 3 body, 2 gods, 1 mind, 1 soul, 1 shadow, and 2 world. Just need to see if it's actually going to function correctly. Bear with me a second. Oh, that's weird. Oh, gonna have to fix that later. You know what, that's fine, because we can just roll dice equal to those numbers for now and then figure it out later. Okay, so that's that. First check. We can either pick an approach and then, yeah, figure out what we want to do. So either we can brace ourselves and take a peek under the lid. We can study the lid before touching it, or trust our intuition and open the lid. What should we do? I will allow you guys to choose. We'll make it a choose or an adventure and we play it out. But I'll put my idea forward. I think I want to go and like, I've got body and world are really high at 3 and 2, which means that bracing myself and peeking is going to possibly give me the best outcome. But I will let you guys decide. So I'll say give it another minute, and then we'll take either the most popular one, or I'll go for my idea if no one else votes. So, yeah. Body and world, mind and shadow, or soul and gods. Mind and shadow is 2, my body and gods is 5, and my soul and gods is 3. So, yeah. So we got 1 vote for intuition, 2 votes for body and world. We got 10 more seconds. 5. Bracing. 3, 2, 1. Okay. That is bracing, which is body plus world. Right, let's go back in. So our body is 3 and our world is 2, which means that we roll 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are looking for 4 or more successes. Why is... Oh my god. Sorry, 1 success, 2 successes. That's fine. 2 successes says to us, I managed to steady the lid, but not perfectly. What jumps out at me surprises me, but not enough to knock me off balance. That's fine. That is fine. Okay. So, a compact shape. Let me switch this up, actually. Okay. A compact shape launches out of the chest with clear intent. Its momentum is clean, as if it had repeated this motion many times before. The creature lands squarely on the platform, feet planted, fur bristling into a battle stance. It holds a wooden hammer with surprising confidence. This is a furball, but not a timid one. Its eyes focus on you with sharp awareness. It hops once, testing distance. It's ready for a fight and expects you to answer. So we've got 3 options. Steady my stance, read its movement, or advance with confidence. I think we should go for a readying stance sort of plan here with body and soul. That is 4 dice, which is quite a big one to go for. So let's think, because I really want to get Boon on my first attack. So should we go body and soul, mind and shadow, or soul and world? That is either 4 dice, 2 dice, or 3 dice. Steady stance, that's 1 vote. I will say we've got another 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Body and soul it is. All right. Let's go for body and soul, which is 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 1 success. That is fine, because what that means is no effect, which means we go into combat with no problems. So, the first fight, the furball bounces forward on a quick, springy feet. It swings its wooden mallet in a wide arc that is more frustration than skill. I set my stance and ready my weapon. The forest is around me. The forest quiets around me. This is a battle, 2 combatants, 1 exchange of blows. The furball squeaks and readies to strike. So, we have got a map. We have got options. So one of the clear options that we've got is the limit break. Limit breaks only function after 3 hero turns, and they require 1 action to use. So they can only ever be used once during combat. So we need to make sure we use it at the right time. So we are in the blue area. The creature is in the, what's it called? The red. So what we'll do, we'll switch over to tactical mode, and we'll just pop this token out here, and then just do, not add a player, we'll do add an NPC. We'll just let this load up for a second. Right, so we'll call it Furball, and then we'll give it, oh, it's got the Drakonym stuff in there. That's fine, it is what it is. We'll just save that, and then we'll just do token. So I believe, what is it, 1, 2, so it's there. Okay, that's cool. Nice. Right. Oh, Untitled PC. How could we? We need to edit that name. Calvin. Save. Right, Calvin, and the Furball. Right, so we have some options. We have multiple options. We have either cast, engage, or move. I don't have spells, so I can't cast just yet. So I can either engage or move. We got 2 actions per turn, and I can choose any of those 2. I can either engage twice, move twice, move and engage, or engage and move in any order. So first step is choosing what to do on my turn. I am not in range of this creature. My weapon's range is 1, so what I'm going to do is move towards it for my first action. Second action, I'm going to engage. So, engaging. When you engage a creature, you go into duel mode, which means we can move to step 2. I will identify the matchup. In this case, it says to me that the creature is using a breaker type hammer, but I am using a blade type iron sword, which means blade beats breaker. And if I remember correctly, our iron sword does 1d6 plus primary. But the good thing is we have versatile. However, I do have a shield, so I could put the shield away and go for 2-handed. I think I'm going to stick with just 1-handed, so I have the shield to increase my defense. Having 14 defense is very powerful. So let's swing in. 1d6 plus primary. If I roll a 1, I miss. If I roll a 6, I crit. So let's do that. So we have 1d6. Actually, we should be able to do... No, we can't. Yeah, we'll do 1d6 plus primary, which is 3. So we'll roll that, see how much we get. Crit! Let's go! All right, so that's 6 plus 3, 9. We then roll another 6. D6. 4. Okay, that's fine. That is 13 points of damage, which I actually think that wipes it out. So let me just double check. 7 HP, defense 4. So defense is 4 plus HP 7. I wipe out his defense, it's now defense broken, but then I deal an additional, what's it called? So I deal 14 damage, 13 damage, sorry. It's got 7 HP, 4 defense, defense gets go 7, yeah, it's dead. I wiped it out, single slice. So the way that I picture this is, I've taken my stance, I've got my blade, I've got my shield, and then as it's jumped out at me, I've just gone like up and then just stabbed right through it. And you just see it sort of drop to the ground. And yeah, it doesn't even get a chance to counter, poor thing. But I'm going to do something. We'll just see if this works. I need to roll a 3 or higher on this. Perfect. Okay. As I attack the creature, the furball drops to the ground. You see it screech out, and as it does, behind the what's it called? The treasure chest, another furball pops out. So you see just here. Oh, thank you so much, Zarek. It was really nice to see you again. I do hope I see you in more streams, but have a fantastic day. Okay, so another furball has popped out, but that is my turn done, which now means the turn goes to the enemy round. So let's see. I make the damage roll, I've done that. Defense break, done that. Furball counter, we can't do that. Enemy turn. So it is not within 1 square of me. I am going to move up to its speed. It has a speed of 6. So I'm going to move up to my speed. Then I'm going to engage. So I'm going to roll for its damage. 1d6 physical, breaker, range 1. I have a blade, it has a breaker, which means the attack is stepped down to a d4. So I will roll d4, see if we get a crit or a hit. It is a miss. Calvin's a badass. The thing comes in, he just goes like that. You just see him holding his shield up as it just whacks into his shield. And then I go in for a counter. So I roll 1d6 plus my primary, and then we see, well, we can't crit on this one. We ignore the weapon triangle. So yeah, we just go for it. Here we go. I just realized I made a mistake. I stepped my damage up. So I was on a D6 for my attack. I should have been on a D8. We'll just play it out for that, and then we'll just leave it as it is. But I only deal 1 damage to this thing, which means its defense goes down to a 3. So I'll make note of that somewhere. That was my mistake. I was talking about the versatile, and then yeah, just made a mistake there. So what is it called? Verbal. God, defense equals 3. Okay, I now get my turn, so I'm going to attack twice. So I get a D8 plus my primary. And it's a miss. It still gets a counter though, so it's going to roll its D6. 2. Okay, so I take 2 damage. That's fine. Oh no, I take, it's 14 minus 2, so I have 12 defense. Calvin, defense equals 12. And then it's my turn again, so I'm going to go in for an attack. We're going to do it again, so I step up to a D8. Come on, come on, come on. 2 damage, come on. Oh my god, the furball is still up. Equals 1. I'm hoping to just like break this thing. Alright, it now gets its attack. So let's see. 2. Alright, I'll take that. So my defense is now 10. Calvin. Equals 10. Alright. I'm just thinking though. Yeah, we're just going to keep whacking each other. That's what the vibe is going to be. So, it is now the creature's turn, which means its attack is stepped down to a D4. So we will roll a D4 and see what happens. It misses. Let's go, which means I get my attack with my D6. See that? See that? Furbal's defense is now Furbal defense broken. Furbal defense break. Furbal HP equals. So 2. I did 3. I did 6 damage. 1, 5 goes over. Actually, it's 2. So it is now defense broken, which means my next attack, well, my attacks against it will crit on with a +1. What that means is, if I was to roll a D6, I crit on a 6 normally, but I now crit on a 5 or a 6, you know, and I also have boot, which means that I get to step up my die 1 more time, which means my next attack against this thing, I already have a D8 and I've got boot, which means I'm going to roll a D10 and crit on a 9 or a 10. Yeah, so anyway, the creature's going to attack 1 more time. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. It crits. Oh no. Oh no. We'll just see Calvin's defense equals 6. D4, D4, come on. Don't roll another crit, don't roll another. Double crits! Double crits! Oh, I'm gonna get wiped out. I am about to get wiped out. Calvin, defense equals 2. Am I about to get defense broken by this thing? If it crits 1 more time. Come on, come on. No crits, no crits, no crits, no crits, no crits. Okay, okay. But I am defense broken. I am defense broken. That is a problem. Yeah. That is not good. That is not good at all. Damn. Okay. So, I'm gonna get my counter. My counters are not affected by any external bonuses. It can still defense break, but I don't get to step up my die in this one, so I still roll a d6. 6 damage. Let's go. But that means HP suit. It's dead. I did it. So my vision is I am defense broken. You see it knock my shield off, but Calvin, he doesn't give up. Calvin takes this thing to the grave, and he just goes swinging one more time, and he just knocks down onto the back, sort of like falling to the ground. You see the hammer falling to its side, and it just lies there. You see them both fade away. I don't know, JRPG stuff. And then, yeah, so that was, yeah. Okay. Right, let me grab something. That was exciting, I will say. Right, so just got to check something. Come on. Okay. So, there we go. Combat is done. I am victorious, which means this is not from my soundtrack, by the way. It's from Octopath Traveler, if you are curious. But absolute banger. But I had to, right? We won combat. So it's an exciting time. So we have broken its defense and got the fanfare of victory, which means we win combat. So I will move it over to a new track. Okay, here we go. So, as the forest grows quiet, you hear soft footsteps coming from the path, and 3 figures step forward. None appear hostile. The first is an elf carrying a staff made from pale wood, their expression calm, but their eyes brighten when they see the furball on the ground. The second is a warren archer, sword already half drawn, but they recognize the creature has been subdued. I'm just going to change it to this instead, I think. This one's quite nice. Okay. The third is a tall dogfolk, clad in light mail. A folded parchment slips from their belt. You actually brought this down, the dogfolk says with a clear surprise. We've been tracking this one all morning. The elf retrieves the parchment, unfolds it for you to see. Request. Capture the roadside furball. Cause destroyed 2 supply carts. Reward 30 Draviks. The dogfolk smiles. Since you did the work, it's only fair to split the reward. Shimmin is close by. We're headed there now to turn this in. If you're seeking a party to join, we would happily have you walk with us. You can decide whether this to your adventurer accepts or politely declines. Either way, the path to Shimmin is now open, which allows us to move to conclusion. So, here we go. Conclusion. Do I level up? No. But I do get 50 XP, which I will add to this sheet. And we will follow Calvin's adventures very soon. The 3 travelers gather their things and secure the furball for transportation. The elf looks towards the the trail leading east. Shimmin is close by. We should head there before midday. The villagers will want to hear about what happened. The warren adjusts their bow and gives you an encouraging smile. The dogfolk lifts its netted furball with practiced ease. You gather your belongings and fall into step with the group. The forest begins to open up, leaving the clearing behind. The steam hums softly in the distance, sunlight filtering through the branches ahead, and shows the path towards Shimmin. The stone platform where you began fades between the trees. Just going to bring in this. You understand your weapon now. You understand the flow of battle. You understand how to rise again even when struck down. We weren't struck down, but you know, I'll take that. This concludes the first tutorial for Legends of Akeroth. Your character sheet now holds everything you need to continue. The road ahead lies towards new companions, new challenges, and a new part of your adventure. Thank you for playing, and may your adventures in Akeroth be bright ones. Hey, we did it! So, what now? Where do we go from here? Is the question I hear you ask. Well, I am very pleased to use this opportunity to announce that next Tuesday, I will be releasing Friends in Shimin, the solo character demo, part 2. So look forward to that next Tuesday. We will continue Calvin's adventures as well. The next part you will encounter new NPCs, the entire town of Shimin, and you will also be able to experience guilds and how the guild system works. It won't allow you to build a guild in the traditional sense as the core rules do, but it will allow you to enter a guild and upgrade that guild as you play the demo. So, with that said, thank you for taking today's time to watch me play through Legends of Akeroth. The demo and all its parts are available should you follow the backer kit. Right now, one part is available. The second part will come next week, with further parts released at a period across the campaign's pre-launch. I thank you, and I leave you. Goodbye.